Ahoy hoy! I am Planner Walk, and welcome to my Pi Day stream. Let me switch over to the, there we go. And as we can see, I've got a couple of people with me. The first person that you can see is a very bald person, so Creaky, say hello. Nice. That looks very much like
That garden. At the bottom of the garden. Didn't you know?
Yeah,
The south coast of England.
that looks very different to what it looks like here in New Zealand. Looking out, and all I see is grey clouds, and we're
That's probably just CGI.
probably. And the other person that we've got with us at the moment... I just realised that I had you muted. There we go. No one could hear
Me?
your... Yeah, no one could hear your reaction to being called Creaky.
No, I know. I was shocked and stunned. Stunned, no less. It's very rude, Planner. And I was just saying, here I am at the bottom of my garden in my winter retreat, enjoying the sun.
Yeah. I wish I had more sun. Although, to be fair, yesterday was a beautiful day. Not a cloud in sight.
Oh, nice one. What sort of temperatures you got down there?
I think it was about 290 something Kelvin.
Yeah, well, about one, and I counted it twice.
What was that?
Never mind. Never mind.
We've also got Hugh Jarsz.
Yes, you said you had a couple of people with you. I'm the other couple of people. How are you, Planner Walk?
I'm good. Yeah, I had to. As you may see on Discord, like I've got a total of 4 people are allowed in this room, but you know it's all been.
Don't say how big they have to be. Yeah.
Maximum load 8 persons.
Yeah, we may.
Well, that's me counted out.
We may have. There are a couple of other people I've invited, so we'll see if they end up. We'll see if they end up joining. So yeah. So has everyone got their pies?
No.
Pies.
I mean, I've gotten a pie.
Got Hugh Jarsz in now.
Oh yeah. Henry VIII, he loved pies. Look what happened to him.
I mean, when it comes to me having pies, like I've been living off pies for the last couple of days because I got a whole lot of pies for my video.
Oh, nice one. Are you going to send them? Can you email one?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that's
In your video, you were making your own pie, weren't you?
Oh yeah. I still have the thing here, and all the calculations that you need to make a pie, or to calculate a pie at least. So, and then there was also the I can actually bring it up on screen. This is the program that
Code,
yeah, all the code. Very, very short amount of code. You'd be surprised how you can do something like calculate pi with a very short program.
Mm-hmm.
Where does gas mark 7 come into it to make this pie?
Oh, that's a very British reference. Southern Hemisphere outnumbers you here, Mr. Sensible.
Or Regulo 7.
What about 007?
So what are we going to do? Have a look at your code and pull it to bits?
Or just eat his pies.
Well, I mean, you can... Is there anything wrong with this code?
Well, it works.
I don't know. It's not on the screen anymore.
I just brought it up. It should be up on the screen.
Well,
Quick
look.
I like what you did there. Yeah, I can go with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
I don't know how much programming Mr. Sensible knows, so...
Well, I spent 20 years working in IT, but it was mainframe stuff. So I did COBOL. Have you even heard of that?
Yes, I have heard of that.
Higgs COBOL.
Okay, COBOL and BCPL and S3 and assembly code. And I started with C and some web design stuff. But I'm about 15 years out of it. So...
Yeah, I have when I started IT, the first thing that I got into... Well, actually, let me think about this. Because when I did my degree, the first thing that I got into, obviously, was Java, right? Because that's what we're taught, because nice object-orientated language. But before that, in school, I did Python. Python was really the first sort of actual programming language that I looked into. Before that, I was looking into things like... I was using something like Scratch. Has anyone heard of Scratch? Very simple drag and drop thing.
Yes.
It's not very... What's that?
It's like saying you've heard of Einstein's theory of relativity.
Yeah,
like most flirts have heard of it. Has no idea what it is, but they've heard of it.
Like if I go scratch.mit.edu and then bring it up, this is what Scratch is. Like if I...
Well, I heard of another language today I've not come across called Haskell. Have you ever heard of Haskell?
I think I've heard
based
of...
on Pascal, or...
I haven't heard of Haskell.
No, I hadn't either. I thought the guy had misheard Pascal, but there is a language called Haskell. Haskell. Looked a bit weird. Not interested in it.
When I was at uni, I had the professor of the computing science department give a lecture.
Well, also, if I go to what is it? I'm trying to work out how to do code or do anything in this. Oh, there we go. Events. When that is clicked, we're going to just go to random position, right? So I can just make this. This is something you can do in Scratch. Can everyone see that?
I'll have to enlarge it. Hold on. Go on in.
So yeah, this is.
I can't read what that text is.
Oh yeah, it just says when the flag...
you just dropping command on.
Yeah, so that's basically Scratch. And I just realised that I may not be. YouTube gave me an error, but it doesn't look like I have. Oh jeez.
No, the stream seems to be there.
Oh jeez. I do not like what happened there. I do not like what's happening here. Let me just...
He does not like it one little bit. You sound like Dr. Zeus.
Let me go... let me do a speed test.
The stream seems to be... Oh, it's spinning. The stream's spinning at the moment.
I did have that. I reloaded the screen and it's going okay now.
It's back. It's back now.
Okay, we've got 5 megabits per second download, or 6 megabits per second download, and upload we've got 4 megabits per second upload. What I might...
Wow, I've actually found someone who's got a slower connection than me, I think.
It is really annoying.
I just asked if he's got dial-up because I'm running basically over a gigabit down.
What I might do is I might, because this is not steady on OBS. What I might do is if everyone bears with me as I go and reset my router. So yeah, I will be back as I reset my router. Okay. So.
Cool.
I'll be.
I guess we sit here.
Glass, you're very quiet.
It's what happens when I watch people's little streams.
The cabin. I even galvanized the pedals and things like that. Why not?
Oh, so you beefed up the firewall.
Yes. But I took out any sound dampening and stuff like that because that gets wet, stays soaking wet, and then causes rust. So there is no sound deadening at all. So your ears bleed if you go over 50. But never mind.
Well, what about doing the sound deadening on the inside of the cabin on that side of it?
That is the inside I'm talking about. It gets wet on the inside. I can actually see a daylight gap around the doors. It's there's an old story about BMW wanting to test a car, and they put a cat in it overnight. And when they came back in the morning, they found the cat had suffocated. So the seals were good. Land Rover decided to do it, and the cat escaped through the night.
Nice.
Not good. Poor cat.
All right, so I think we're back.
Yay!
Are we though?
I think we are. It seems.
What's your take on
What's my take on what?
I was going to ask his take on a 63 Parisienne, but I see you're back now.
But I think what we'll do is we'll scratch what we were doing before, and we'll we've got a thing that Hugh sent me, and I do have to play it before we go into the next part. So let me play it.
Severe facepalm warning is in effect. Oven mitts mandatory from this point forward. You are at risk of pummeling yourself to death with facepalms.
All right. What Hugh said there is very true, because if I bring up... we are going to look at this person. The recurring realm concave earth apple. I don't know why he changed... I don't know why...
I'm safe against the derp. I've got my weed.
Because there's a... So this is one of the people... So this is the person that thought that he had debunked pi, right? But they've got a video saying the meter is wrong. They've got a video saying the meter debunked. I mean, I think we should go into the meter debunked, because that's only half an hour compared to the meter is wrong part 1, which is 50 minutes.
Someone's actually saying that they've debunked a length.
Yes. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Maybe I might be wrong on that, but that's...
Hang on. I need to get the rest of the bottle of vodka for this one.
Okay, hey, Hugh Jarsz, here you go. Or AT2, here you go. Take it. You might need it.
Oh, no. I gotta go higher brow than Smirnoff. I mean, that's just glorified turpentine.
Yes, but you never asked me what was actually technically in that bottle.
Well, if Riley's been near it, I wouldn't want to know.
No, it's moonshine.
All right, let's see what... Oh, jeez. It looks like different...
The realm. Do you know?
So yeah, it's... They're talking about a measurement, the meter. What do they mean by it's just a natural measurement, not a geodesic measurement? I'm confused already.
Reasons and words.
Makes 5 of us that are confused.
And have you taken perspective into account? Does it depend how you look at that meter? In fact, if you looked at it edge on, it would be really, really short, wouldn't it? Or end on, rather.
Anyway, we'll continue on with this and see what they've got to say.
What the realm is.
Let me know if the volume leveling is okay.
It's the thousand blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we
Great.
forget that it's a lie.
Hear it.
Chaos.
No, I would, Planner Walk, I would say you have it too high. We can still hear him.
Hey, Mr. Sensible, look.
It seems like to me it looks like he's trying to go with a whole like intro to a movie or something. Like
You know, I will give him credit for the production value. But production value doesn't cover up stupid. It's no different than putting makeup on a pig. I mean, we've all seen Glass Monster, right?
Out there, Sunny Bubbles.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Anyway, we'll continue on. See what he's actually going to derp on about. So
Insults are flying thick and fast.
Many who try to climb it fail.
wait, what was that? So they just had about someone where someone was born. So I don't get what that has to do with anything, but we'll see.
Never get to try again.
Became the.
The fall breaks them.
Oh, that's the Magellan guy. Yeah, proves that the Earth was round. So this person is a concave. So firstly, we've got to correct something. He wasn't the first person to show that the Earth was round. And everyone thought that the Earth was round at that time. We thought that the Earth was round since like the ancient Greeks. So that's the first thing that D-Realm or Concave Earth Apple got wrong. So do let me know if you want me to pause
Concave Earth Apple.
Yeah.
Excuse me, concave Earth apple.
Yeah. But do let...
Dumb thing.
What?
All dumb things. Apple to concave Earth. Both dumb.
Oh, it's Mr. Sensible had his facepalm stuff on. Yeah, do let me know if you want me to pause it at any time, by the way. So, anyway, we'll continue on.
Just me. I can't see the video in the stream. I can see it on the stream itself, but I can't see it with us.
On Discord.
I-
Watch it on Discord. There should be a
that's what I'm
window that
watching.
says
I'm not
watch the
seeing it.
stream.
No, there's. I'm just getting two blue squares going around in circles.
I might have to reload it or something.
Oh, I'll try that.
Fresh hamsters.
Working for me.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. Let me see something. Yeah, I'll have to open up the.
I can see it fine, Planner Walk.
Yeah, I just realised that there's too many people in here for Hugh Jarsz to get back in. There we go. He was almost locked out.
It tells me that I have the maximum number. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Now it's working. Don't know why it changed.
Anyway,
Right.
continue
Now I'm
on.
off and running.
Wait, are we still in the intro portion of his video?
What? I think we are.
How long does the intro go for? It's been
You know,
3 minutes.
it's 3 full minutes of just intro, so he really is pulling a Jaren.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to...
Skip that.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's the best part of the video anyway.
possibly. Alright,
The only part where it's watching the intro.
oh wait, what does this say? Remember that our history is based on assumed location and image of the world from that location. It's clear the Egyptians used the lunar calendar before 4236 BC. What does that have
That's
to do
older
with
than the
anything?
Earth, though, isn't it? That's older than the Earth. That can't be right.
Yeah, Kent, what do you have to say about that?
I'm not prepared for that.
Okay, well, yeah, at least you tried, Kent. At least you tried. Anyway, we'll continue on with this. Alright. Wait, I'm not sure if this is part of the intro or not. This is...
Like, are we supposed to be reading this?
Yeah, like, it sort of seems like he's expecting us to read this, but, like, this is too much to read. Like, read it. You've got the power of video. You've got the power of audio. Use it.
Yeah, use it.
Our video's just CGI, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I almost forgot
So you
about
can't
that.
trust. You can't trust the video.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Hold up. The first line in the second paragraph there. One of the things a calendar is for planning the crops that we depend on for food. Not anymore.
I just... It says here, we see the sun rise and set every day. The moon rises about an hour later every... Oh, wait, I just realized what it means. I thought that it was saying the moon rises about an hour after the sun there for a second, but no, it's meaning like every day it rises an hour later.
Every time it rises. Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to its movement in the orbit around the Earth.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's a meter, is it?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he's going on about when it comes to meters eventually.
I'm looking forward to when he debunks an hour.
I wonder when he'll do that. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that, actually. Alright. He's basically just highlighting lunar calendars and stuff to do with them, by the looks of it. Wait, it says, like the Islamic calendar, the lunar something...
Yeah, no, it begins before that. In purely lunar calendars, which do not make use of intercalation, like the Islamic calendar, the lunar... of course, he's... The lunar month cycle through all the seasons of a solar year over the course of a 33-year lunar cycle. So for the lunar and solar calendars to match up, it's 33 solar years for every lunar year cycle for them to resync.
It's terrible, isn't it? The Masons even get in on the lunar cycle. It's dreadful.
I was going to say, Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is terrible.
We'll see what else. I don't know if his actual arguments have started yet. It sort of seems like he's just going through text or something, which is really
He's a flirt. He doesn't have arguments.
Which is really bad. Like, I do like when flat earthers actually speak, as grating as their voice may be, because then at least I don't have to read things out.
Yeah. And as someone said in the chat, it's just an animated web page. That's all he's doing. He's showing us web pages. He's not putting an argument forward, is he?
No.
They never do. They just put memes forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was scary.
Anyway, we'll see what...
But the memes are at least entertaining.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did a video on Ranty's memes before Ranty handed over to Brandon. He just played these flat earth memes in the background, and I debunked pretty much every single one of them, and it was so easy. It just like, why did Ranty bother putting those up? It just makes him look like an idiot, you know?
I have no idea why. Anyway, we'll continue on and see what... That's too much to read at once.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the point... Like, this is just...
It's very small.
Yeah. Like, the lunar calendar was found at... What does that have to do with anything? Dated back to, like, 8,000 BC.
Didn't you know the more ancient the knowledge, the more true the knowledge is, despite them being comparatively illiterate.
Yeah. Don't you know that when you go to the pyramids of Giza, you step onto the holodeck from...
Well, you step through the Stargate, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching Stargate Universe. That's much more interesting than this video.
But, I mean, this is all history of calendars. What these flirts seem to misunderstand is what we have now is the end of a long path of history of the calendars. And they tried a calendar, it didn't work. So they tried something else. That didn't work. They tried something else. It didn't work until we got something that worked. But for some reason, they want to go back to the things that didn't work. It's not just calendars. It's with the heliocentric model of the universe. That was the end result of going through geocentrism and, all that sort of thing. We found out that didn't work, so now we're at this point. It's just crazy that they argue with it all the time because they're ignoring so much history and so much work that's gone into it to figure out what actually is reality.
True.
Rant over.
We'll see what Alcy has to say because I'm genuinely wondering when his argument about debunking meters starts.
It's not so much looking forward to what else he has to say. I'm just waiting to see what he has to say to begin with.
True, that's...
Yes, we haven't got that far. It's 3.5 minutes in, and he still hasn't really said anything.
I wonder if he will say anything. That's what I'm wondering.
I'm wondering if we want him to say anything.
Oh, yeah.
That is also a good question. Wait, so what he's saying... Oh, okay, I get what 82 is. I think it was 82 that made
It's
the point.
Nathan Thompson, isn't it? Be the change.
Yeah.
He's actually some...
Planar walk.
Hmm?
May I make a suggestion that will increase the size of your little video screen? Put your YouTube in theater mode.
Oh, yeah, like... Oh,
Yep, there
Yeah.
you go.
yeah.
Gets rid of all your suggestions as well.
Yeah, I know people... somebody pointed out the suggestions. So, let me... actually... That was a bad idea, because now I can't... I'm going to turn up the speed. Because this... Until he...
Put us on the far right hand.
Why don't you just jump straight to the end?
Put us on the far right hand side.
I'm not sure... Will we have an answer at the end?
Who cares?
So yeah, it seems like he's saying, oh yeah, the lunar calendar was like 8,000 years ago. But it's like, yeah, we decided to use something different. Yes. Because something different worked better.
It's
Exactly.
almost like we strive to increase our accuracy of things, not decrease it.
Yeah.
And we want to increase our understanding of the world, not decrease it.
Yeah.
By going back to things that don't work.
Clerks don't think, that's why they don't learn.
True.
Clerks don't think, that's why they
This is-
don't learn.
So it says because it's easier to use and convenient, otherwise we would have a system with decimal points. A is getting something correct. So that's at least a plus there.
Yeah.
We've got it down to... Oh, geez. Punctuation! Oh, my God. Like, no capital for we've. No...
Extra spaces.
No apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
No space in down to. It seems like there might be an extra space between 2 and 1.
If you used a comma, it'd be a space comma.
Space comma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the space commas don't exist. They're all CGI.
No apostrophe for its. And that's the type of its that you need an apostrophe for.
Yeah.
Oh.
And no full stop at the end.
It's not assuming, that's the conclusion you make by the data available. And it's not that we got it down to a quarter of a day variance. That's what it actually is.
Yeah.
So we're just reflecting reality with what we're using.
Exactly. Like, do these people think that we just like, oh, let's assume everything and then, oh, yeah, this works. I mean, when you make, like, generally there will be an assumption at some point, right? Like, you have to assume that you exist, right?
The important thing is you test that assumption.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So if you go down to base level, there are two assumptions that we are all making. That we exist, and the reality we experience is tangible and quantifiable.
Yeah. And then we build on that. And we... Technically, there are other kind of assumptions, like one of the assumptions that we kind of make, because science doesn't prove anything. What science does is it disproves stuff, right? So you assume that the stuff that hasn't been disproven, and this is the stuff that can be disproven, by the way. So things that can't be disproven because they because they're unfalsifiable. So that would be ideas like God and all that. You don't say, okay, well, they must be true. You say that the stuff that is falsifiable and hasn't been disproven is probably correct, especially if they've been tested. So
We can actually use our telescopes to figure out when the next leap year should be.
yeah,
Just by looking at the stars.
exactly. So yeah, and
So you got certain times a year.
But yeah, that's basically how I view science, right? You can't actually prove anything. You can disprove stuff, and if someone manages to disprove the globe, or prove that the Earth is not a globe, good on you, do it. But don't use
Yeah, then they got to provide evidence for what it could be.
Yeah. You have to provide something.
Because not a globe does not equal flat.
Yeah, could be.
It means not a globe.
Or concave.
Yeah.
Or a concave.
Yeah, it could be concave. It could be
Crawler robot to find the dome. Take a picture.
maybe the Earth is a cylinder as well.
Now, there is an easy way to disprove that. It's called Coriolis.
True. But how does the flat Earth explain Coriolis? So,
Well, have you noticed that most flat earthers don't really understand what Coriolis is, yet that's why Nurthen Thurmpson calls us all Coriolis deniers, because he thinks we're denying what he thinks it is. But he has no idea, of course.
Hugh, they have literally no idea what it means.
Yeah,
They
it's a word they've
genuinely think that something moving around and it's the Earth spinning away underneath it.
Yeah.
They just got it so wrong. I've got in mind a little demonstration that I'm still thinking on to improve on it before I do it, because it's just so dumb. It's like the other thing that they keep talking about, the heliocentric model. Well, that's not what the globe model means. Yeah, it's only the solar system, not heliocentric universe. They really have no idea, no concept. Sort of quite Dunning-Kruger, really.
Well, yes. I appreciated your attempt to measure the Earth, though, the circumference of the Earth.
Thank you.
Within a few meters.
Yeah, it was pretty close, wasn't it? Pretty close.
Yeah, I do
shield myself. If anyone wants to see how close I get to measuring the Earth in a video that's a minute long, check my channel.
This is sensible. These people clearly can't be affected by Dunning-Kruger, because Dunning-Kruger was only done in bulltards on meat-eating bulltards, so it only applies to meat-eating bulltards.
He said Kruger, not Kurger.
No, you missed it, Hugh. The wonderful Jason family.
No, I saw that. That's why I'm making the point.
By the way, is his name still that in the server?
I can't remember what it's been changed to. I think it's been changed back to Jason Family Man, but in all caps. That looks like what it currently is, so feel free to change it to whatever. I mean, I think people have been having fun with that. I do.
dropped a link to your video in the chat.
Yes, I see that, Hugh. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out after Plan and Stream.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Sarcastic Barman.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. That's better. Good evening.
Barman.
So, I did want...
Evening, it's 9 a.m.
I did want to ask about, are there any alcoholic pies, Sarcastic Barman?
Steak and ale pie.
Okay.
Guinness and mushroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put beer in.
They don't stay alcoholic for long, though.
No.
He drinks
Have
them.
the alcohol with them.
Yes. Because alcohol boils off, so...
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue on.
It's got very low vapor. It's got a low boil point.
We'll continue on with this, and Sarcastic Barman, you probably don't want to know what this is, but you're going to find out, I think. Facepalm protection warning. Yeah, you're going to need facepalm protection because they're attempting to
that yet?
debunk a meter.
What?
Did you play the warning yet?
Yeah, I did.
All right, I was feeding the corgis.
Can I just get clarification? As in debunk a meter, as in that unit of distance?
Yes.
A length of measure. Right, okay.
It's already debunked pi. Pi.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. He can do anything, apparently.
That's
Spent
gonna be
nearly
interesting.
4 minutes.
It tastes so delicious.
Yes. He spent 4 minutes just getting his intro. We still don't know what he's on about yet.
Yeah, and we're going to play at two times speed so that we can not lose as many
Only
brain
two
cells.
Only 2 times?
Yeah, I can't go any faster than that. Anyway,
You don't have 64x?
no. Anyway, continue on with it.
It's a lot of reading in a short period of time.
Wait, what? So maybe a better explanation as to what was before... Okay, obviously I missed something. Because... Okay, so... archaeologists believe they have discovered the world's oldest lunar calendar from about 10,000 years ago. And then he says, so a better explanation about what was happening before 4000 BC. I'm really confused as to his argument here. What is his argument?
I don't
know,
know.
because he hasn't presented one.
Ancient people's new stuff, I think is the argument. But the point is, it's been 6,000 years since then. We've learned a few things in the meantime.
Yeah. I'll see.
What if he tries to divide his meter by 1,000? What then?
Would he end up with millimeters or kilometers? Maybe that's
So
why.
you're literally retarded.
How do you
Oakley would say.
divide something to make it larger?
Yes, that was particularly sweet, wasn't it? When he was ranting that, used the R word against, I've forgotten who it was now, but used the R word when he just made himself look like a total idiot. Total idiot.
Yeah.
He didn't make himself look like one.
A flurp's brain, something that does not exist.
Anyway,
It's quite amazing, yes, because it's both hideously dense and a complete vacuum at the same time. It's quite a marvel of physics, you know?
Just a quick clarification question. So this guy, he's a flat earther, I'm guessing, from the description of the video. But you're saying
Concave.
before... Oh, God. A concave and flat earth. Oh, God, even worse. But if he's obviously not a biblical one because he's going before 4,236 BC or whatever. But if they're going on the Bible, then the Earth's only 6,000 years old anyway. Or has he just not figured that bit out? Or is he just completely and utterly crazy?
I wonder if that's
Yes.
a date for the start of 6,000 Earth. Yeah. That's what he meant. That's about 6,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Math eludes flat earthers.
anyway,
That's not reality, isn't it? You know, 5 divided by 0 is 5 in the real world.
Anyway, we'll continue on with this person who's is he using Windows Vista or Windows 7? It kind of looks a bit like. Hold on, let me see. Windows.
I think it's a Vista. It's round.
I'm running on a Windows Pi.
Yeah, it looks a bit more like Windows 7. Windows 7
Ironically enough.
images. Yeah, I think
I'm running Windows 7 Ultimate, the best Windows, definitely.
Yeah, it looks like Windows 7. Okay, he dodged a bullet there. At least he's not using Windows 8 though. Windows 8 was.
Does Glass Monster run Glass Windows?
No, I'm running in a Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry Pi.
On this Pi stream. Pi.
I mean, yeah.
Pi stream.
I should probably get a Raspberry Pi at some point.
And I just ate a piece of pie.
So
Anyway.
you're supercharged now.
Anyway, we'll continue on with this because, you know.
What we're supposed to be doing, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what the? I'm gonna slow this down because everything's flashing by way too fast. Let's go.
Hollow? He's not going into Hollow Earth, is he?
Something like that. Does it? If anyone actually knows what's going on, like,
Well, I'm not getting any sense that he knows.
yeah. Oh, so he's going about Halloween, and
What?
Halloween's a Celtic celebration. It's not anything to do with Egyptians.
I mean, he just did say something about Scotland, I think.
Halloween is the
more Wales.
evening before All Hallows Day, All Saints Day.
Yeah, the Celtic New Year.
Yeah, so, yeah, here he's talking about, like, Scotland Celtica. So, he's...
Never called Celtica.
and he's saying that it was, like, here or something, like, maybe? He's saying that it... Was it
I don't know what he's saying.
Central Europe?
Well, the Celts did originate from there. In fact, they originated from much further east originally, and then they sort of swept westward and ended up in the western part of Europe, and they were wiped out everywhere else by Germanic tribes and other ones.
Oh, okay.
So,
But he still hasn't mentioned a meter yet.
Yeah.
yes, which is a French word, so I guess it's from the Gallic.
Oh, yeah, so...
It's just, this is so typical Flat Earther. Just flash up a whole bunch of things, and therefore I made my point.
A simple tracking of sun and moon possibly somewhere in this picture. You want to point... want to point out where it is?
Oh dear. How? Yeah, NASA just launched a very expensive rover to somewhere or other, possibly Mars. I mean, it's a little vague, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit like Brandon Toy the other night on FTFE. He was saying, oh, it's possible they could have sent up a weather balloon, and what they were tracking, calling that that was the Apollo on the way to the moon, it was actually a weather balloon. And FTFE was pressing him to say, well, how do you fake that to make it look like it's triangulated to somewhere else? And he said, or Brandon would say, well, it's possible. And FTFE would say, well, how is it possible? And he wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean Brandon Toy was caught making shit up?
Yeah, shocking, I know.
Anyway, we'll continue on with this because this is getting even... This is funny. Like, this is comedy gold. Yeah.
That's an interesting photo, though. I wonder where that is.
It looks like one of those star forts.
Oh, don't mention that. I bet he'll bring that up in a minute.
He probably will.
Can't you see how that mound is made? It's got a zipper right in the middle of it there. It's
Yeah.
the one teat of a giant bra.
It's the silo.
Gigantic bra.
That's
No,
the
it's a
giant.
silo for Thunderbird 3. Silo for Thunderbird 3. That's where it launches from.
The other was just off camera. The shrine to it. It's so big.
Anyway. Alright. We can see that a clockwork of recurrence is correct. How does a system of orbits, etc., work without an obvious... I think
Well,
you meant...
recurrence and like that twice.
Like, firstly, is that meant to be obvious or obvious? Like, let me see if obvious is a word. Maybe I'm
I think it's
learning...
supposed to be obvious. Without an obvious recurrence.
It's supposed to be an ominous.
You think it's ominous?
Or is it supposed to be Erebus?
Or is it just bollocks?
It's a messed up sentence anyway.
And then it says, if Eid is celebrated on the 10th month traditionally for a month, then that is just like the Hollows Eve is 1 month short of 12.333.3 hour days.
What? 2 decimal points and an R for no reason.
Recurring. I think that's what he means. 12.333 recurring.
You put a decimal point over the 3 for that. That makes no sense. Makes no sense. And it's not Hollows Eve, it's Hallowed Eve. It's not Hollows at all.
Hallow, as in hallowed saints.
Yeah. I think that I think that this person is slowly getting even more confused. Maybe it's not slowly, maybe it's even quicker than we'd initially thought.
I'm
Spelled
tempted
recurrence.
to find this video and comment to ask the person who posted it, what narcotics were you on, and
can
why
I have
aren't
some,
you
please?
sharing?
I mean, I wonder what the comments are. There's 3 comments. Let's go on yours first.
That's 3.
So there's Justin Seidel.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so it's basically making videos in their mum's basements. Essentially, comments. I have no idea what this is. What is this? Oh, you're
You're a moron.
What does Halloween got to do with the meter?
Yay, advertisements. That's what
Other
ad
drinks,
blockers are for.
other beverages are available.
yeah, so
It's a pretty smart plan, Jerry. I'm on to you.
Yeah, go Jerry.
There's only one good reason to kill the biopsy. You poisoned your wife.
oh, this is 6 minutes long. Jeez.
Oh god.
That's a
Gotta
long
love
time
house,
for a
though.
payoff.
I don't know when it was gonna say you're morons, but yeah.
Probably the last 5 seconds.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, we'll continue on with whatever he's rambling on about. Okay, just gotta say right here that everything else that has more text, he's put flashed up for a couple of seconds so that you can barely even read it. This one, when there's much less text, he puts up for like a lot longer. It's really
Maybe this was more important to him.
possibly.
I've
Check
noticed
the
that.
comments again. I don't know for Jared.
Okay, so Eid is 3 days. Probably should be a space between 3 and days. Celebrating or so. 10 months of 30 days, and last month has the remaining 30 plus 3 days. Simple when you think about it. Why?
I actually do not know what the hell he's trying to say. I really don't.
Why would you want...
I've just looked up Eid's a Muslim festival.
Eid, that is, yeah.
Eid, yeah.
But what's that
And-
got to do with anything?
Well, here's
What's
the
it to do
thing.
with Halloween?
Well, here's the thing. You're still missing how many days?
Yeah, like 365 days is in a year, so that's 52 days. Wait,
Yeah.
Well, no, 62 days.
Not to
But I
mention
don't
when
know
he's
what
saying
he's going
10
on
months.
about. It
When
may
he's
well
saying
be the
10
case.
months-
Sorry, Hugh.
Yeah, when he's saying 10 months, that was, Halloween predated when we went to more than 10 months, the Gregorian calendar. What was that, 1400s or something like that? So, it's got nothing to do with what we consider the 10th month now.
No.
And I don't know all the details, but if Muslims celebrate certain festivals, every 10 lunar cycles or whatever, so what? That's when they happen to celebrate it. It's got nothing to do with anything else. Certainly not meters.
And
and
kicker
that's
of it,
going to be the other question. What the hell does all of this have to do about the accuracy of what is a meter?
yeah, I was about to say that. Good on you. Thanks.
I'd completely forgot we were even talking about meters. This video's confused me that much.
It's just throwing stuff out there. This is typical flirt persuasion, basically. They just throw stuff at you, and by the end of it, they make a point, and the poor person who doesn't know that much thinks, wow, you seem to throw a lot of information my way. You must know what you're talking about. You must be right.
Well,
And unfortunately, it works.
I predict within the next few minutes he's going to show Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that stuff is flat. It's got to get in there somewhere.
$10.
But he won't. I predict he won't show Bob proving the Earth rotates, though.
I say, when do you want them? When do you think he's going to have Neil deGrasse Tyson, Mr. Sensible?
Somewhere in this. Oh man, what times? I can't read. What time stamp are we on right now?
We're at
4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think out of how many? 11 is that? I can't. No.
Out of 31.
Before it reaches 12 minutes, I think he'll have Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that stuff is flat.
$10 says that he won't.
You'll have to come around and collect it.
I mean, there's always PayPal.
You've probably seen the video before.
Hey,
No, I haven't actually.
50 face palms says he does. 50 face palms says he does.
Face palms. I'll give you a face palm.
Okay.
I don't think the facepalm alert was enough, to be honest.
Probably.
No.
Oh yeah, one person made a good point. Why isn't this video 33 minutes?
Ooh.
And 33 seconds.
Anyway, we'll continue on, see if he does. Oh yeah, facepalm protection. Yeah.
Right here. Look at.
Now let's see what the world looks like based on the magnetic moon horizontal equator.
What?
Turn.
Well, those are all words.
Would you like some dressing with his word salad?
I've got an ad for that.
It's even weird. It's magnetic /moon /horizontal equator. Like, well, is it all three? What? Why'd you do this to me, people? God, where's the beer?
That implies that there's a vertical equator.
Vodka, please.
Coming up.
Vodka, quick.
I did not think that it would be this bad when going into it.
Have you never seen one of his videos before?
I mean, I have. It wasn't this bad.
Later walk.
Every one of his videos I've seen is as bad as that. Although usually they're showing his countertop with sort of spots on. That guy. I looked at his channel a couple of times thinking, is there something I can debunk? No, it's too bloody stupid to even think of debunking.
Mr. Sensible, how do you watch this stuff without pummeling yourself to death?
Hard drugs.
With all the face palms, Jeez.
I used to be good looking before I started watching flat earth videos.
Well, that's where all your hair went. You just slapped it off.
Pulled it out.
Anywho, we'll see. We'll continue on.
Do we have to?
Dipole, Wait, dipole, di, the same. How is it an N and north and south if it is the same? A bipole is two, not the same.
Wow.
So wait. Is he saying that if a magnet has a north and a south, it's not What? It's not.
He's trying to say that a dipole is a single polar magnet type. No. That's a monopole.
Yeah. I thought Di was a princess, by the way.
Hey, you know what Princess Di and Pink Floyd have in common?
Go on.
They both had hits off the wall.
We had that.
And it's like, is it? It's what's it been? 30 years? I'm not sure. It's still long enough. Anyway.
Yeah.
25 years. 25 years.
Like, so basically, a north. I'm trying to work out what he's meaning by how is it a north and a south if it is the same. Like, you do realize that the south.
Who said it was a dipole?
Yeah.
One end of the magnet is north. South.
You're trying to apply some form of logic, though, Planner, to utter bloody stupidity. It doesn't fit.
True.
As AT2 said, he's talking about monopoles, and he's just heard these words and he's chucked them all in together, stirred them around a bit, and called the job a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even heard him. I think he's just flicked through the dictionary and just ripped out random words and gone, that one will do.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I found dipoles are actual things. I've just found a definition of one. Molecular dipoles occur due to the unequal sharing of electrons between atoms in a molecule. Those atoms that are more electronegative pull the bonded electrons closer to themselves. The buildup of electron density around an atom or discrete region of a molecule can result in a molecular dipole, in which one side of the molecule possesses a partially negative charge and the other side a partially positive charge. Molecules with dipoles that are not cancelled by their molecular geometry are said to be polar. Well, that's fine on a molecular level. Do you really think that's going to apply to a planet?
But even if it's just using dipole as magnetic, a dipole for physics, I went and looked up definitions as well. Woohoo! A pair of equally and oppositely charged or magnetized poles separated by a distance. So where's he getting the word same from?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? The answer to why is because he's an idiot.
Can we say ding, or is that copyrighted yet?
I mean, I don't think it is copyrighted, so here.
No, you got to call him an effing idiot for that.
Anyway, we'll continue on with it, and let's lose more brain cells.
This helps you in that segment of stupidity is not a right, where you have to turn your brain into flurf mode.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Watch this.
Oh my god! He's starting to realize Earth's magnetic field is not perfectly symmetrical.
Although he's probably going to use this.
Well, what he hasn't realised is that magnetic equator and the geographic equator serve two different purposes. That's why they're different. One's for navigation, the other one's for the magnetic field.
Yeah, like we can actually read this out. It says the dipole field, the motions of the. Pardon me, I just had to burp there. The motions of the liquid iron and nickel outer core of the Earth are thought to create the Earth's magnetic field. The magnetic field resembles a dipole, as if a giant bar magnet was embedded inside. However, the axis of the dipole is not aligned with the rotational axis of the Earth. Neither is it centered in the Earth. Dipole tilt. The magnetic dipole axis of the Earth is tilted about 11.5 degrees from the rotation axis. This means that the magnetic North Pole and the geographic North Pole are not in the same place. The magnetic poles of the Earth are defined as the location of the strongest vertical magnetic field. This places the magnetic pole just west of northern Greenland and the magnetic South Pole near the coast of Antarctica, south of Australia. As following a diagram shows, the magnetic equator is defined as the line around the Earth where the magnetic field is horizontal or parallel to the Earth's surface. It does not circle the Earth like a small line like the geographic equator, but instead it meanders north and south as shown. So, you know, that makes sense to me, and I wonder how it has any relevance to his argument. Like, although I think he is basically saying that the magnetic equator is the horizontal equator or something.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Where's the vertical equator? That's what I want to know.
True. I want to know that too, but I don't think he's going to get to it.
Did he give us his source for this?
I don't know. Like,
It's a little bit out of date. The North Magnetic Pole is much closer to the actual North Pole now.
Well, I don't actually doubt this, right? I think that what he said here, or what he's got on screen here, is probably 100% correct. It's just how he's going to use it that we're probably going to take issue with. You know? Anyway, I'll continue on. Oh, what? Hold on. Didn't give us enough time.
Wait, you're saying he finished early on that screen?
Okay. Magnetic north and south poles. Magnetic field lines near the Earth enter the geographic North Pole and exit the South geographic pole as followed, as the following diagram indicates. So that as the Earth turns, its magnetic dipole axis wobbles around the rotational axis. I'm not sure what.
Was he just pointing out that the magnetic poles are not the same as the geographic?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confused what this is.
In that.
Yeah, I'm confused.
What's this got to do with the meter?
On top of that, has anyone noticed that his diagram includes a globe? Does anyone notice that? It's a globe.
Yeah.
He's using. Why? The blurb. He doesn't understand.
No,
he's not a blurf.
Concave
He's a
Earth.
concaver.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
it's an inside-out projection of the concave Earth.
I wonder if that's what he's gonna say. That wouldn't actually surprise me. Let's see. This is the magnetic field strength and all that at certain places. So I'm not going to go ahead and read what he's got up here because
he hasn't.
True. Really? And they said they know so much in the 1400s.
Well, they knew how to burn witches, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Weighed as much as a duck.
We know.
She looks like a witch.
We know so much more.
She turned me into
nowadays.
I got better.
I remember. Is that Monty Python?
Oh yes. Is it? You ask. Is it? Shame on you, Planner. You need to do research.
He's only young.
Isn't that
Holy Grail
yeah, I was about to say, isn't that Monty Python and the Holy Grail? I loved that movie.
Their very first thing.
I loved that movie. It was a great movie.
Let's review that.
More of this science of which you speak.
Yes. Let's review that movie rather than look at this idiot anymore.
The knights who say knee.
Yeah.
We are no longer the knights who say knee. That's the one.
You just have to mention one line of Python and your stream's gone. I've been found that no end of times.
I mean, it is Python, right?
Yeah.
Python.
So, you know, it's...
So they know a lot in the
Monty
1400s.
Python.
So it is relevant. Yeah. So, yeah, they did say they know so much. So, I mean, back in the 1400s, yeah, they probably thought they knew a lot, but we know so much more today. Like, did they have microprocessors back in the 1400s? I think not. So, you know.
No, they had abacuses.
Maybe they had really tiny abacuses and they called them microprocessors.
Pocket calculator.
Hold on. What was the title of that? Why is it when I press the spacebar, it plays and then it pauses?
I get that as well.
Oh, okay.
Bad spacebar.
Okay, let's... I didn't... So... Okay, so it says the Earth itself is a great magnet. Okay. Well, now let's look at... Oh, so... Okay, I think what he's pointing out here is a book...
And as I read out before, dipole has nothing to do with magnetism. It's an electrical charge on different sides of a molecule.
Okay,
Anybody name the letter?
Yeah, I'm confused what the argument that he's making with the Earth itself is a great magnet. I thought that it was like something really old, but I don't know. Now let's look at our current model beliefs. Mostly made up on assumptions and faith. So that's the flurfing coming out.
That's their fatal assumption that they make, that it's made up on assumptions and faith, because it's not. It's based on evidence. That's how we come to it. You know, like I said, the heliocentric model is the end result of testing a whole lot of other models, and the others didn't work. This one does.
So it says we must remember. Yeah, we must remember you ruled the world. The Holy Roman Empire. The 300 movie scenario. Who was actually good and evil?
Oh, god damn it. He doesn't even know what the Holy Roman Empire actually was.
Yep, he's confusing the Roman Empire with it.
Why would he?
Holy Roman Empire was the Germans, basically.
Yep. And actually, it wasn't even truly an empire. It was more of a confederation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I mean, maybe he thinks that the
or is he trying to loosely reference the Catholic Church?
Yeah, I was about to say maybe he thinks that the Catholic Church has been around since like 500 BC, like Jason.
Oh yes. God, that was dumb.
It was dumb. Oh yeah, Mr. Sensible has his nuclear facepalm up on screen.
His brain just exploded.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what.
I got better.
Oh, he changed the music. Nice. We need to logically create a timeline. We can't just make stuff up to suit as they did in history. They never knew that MP was moving till 1492. Okay, so
the irony of that.
Yeah,
the irony. It kills.
We got to say, okay, we're gonna every time he makes stuff up, we need a counter for this. Like, can we get a? I need like a
get team on here. Team skeptic counter.
This is what's called projection, of course. They always accuse us of what they're actually doing.
Yeah, always.
I've got a dinger.
Ding.
Real one.
Yeah, we just need a counter. Like every time he makes stuff up, we're gonna just, count add one to the count. So currently we're gonna start.
We're already over 1 million.
And we're gonna start at 0, right, from this point on. But every time he makes
IQ, yes.
So firstly, did they never know that the magnetic pole was moving till 1492? Let's figure that out. Was the magnetic when was it discovered?
Maybe just history of the magnetic pole or something like that.
1831. The British explorer determined the position of the magnetic pole to within a few miles for the first time.
All right. So
I don't know when we knew it was moving.
well, it had to be after that because you can't
Well, yeah.
tell if it's moving until you know where it is.
Good point.
Okay.
Oh no! Even then, the pole was known to move, albeit slowly.
Oh.
They know that if they didn't know where it was.
Yeah, like I'm guessing
They
you.
might have had
I'm guessing you're on a BBC thing.
Discover magazine.
Oh, okay.
I guess they might have detected that a ship over 30 years, maybe the compass sort of pointed in a slightly different direction. And that's how they might have known it was moving.
Doesn't give any information on how they know or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what other stuff he comes up with, because there's bound to be something wrong, or something that he makes up.
Something. Blimey.
All right, so I found something interesting. We've actually have magnetic declination maps going back to 1590.
Okay.
Nice.
That is rather interesting. But so
What does this mean?
yeah, I'm wondering what it says by what it means by then. How the hell did we know it's past?
What's past?
Oh, with
Magnetic pole?
yeah, like if we go
They
back,
mean the history of the magnetic pole? Or?
if they never knew the magnetic pole was moving till 1492, then how the hell did they know it's past? Right? And then how the hell do we know it's past? It's because, things...
Geological records.
Yeah, things move in kind of predictable ways, Like,
Well, also crystals, geological records will tell you, because crystals will crystallize along the lines of the Earth's magnetic field. So if the magnetic pole's been moving, then you'll see different changes in the way that those crystals form. So yeah, you can tell where the magnetic pole was, 1 million years ago if you wanted to. As long as you get crystals from that time, of course.
so, yeah.
But again, I'll ask, what the hell has this got to do with debunking a meter?
Yep.
I don't know.
He doesn't either.
You see, I don't know when he's going to debunk a meter. I have not seen this video yet. So it's...
We're only 5 minutes in, God.
So he says it's called estimation, just like flights.
Oh, good.
Okay, we're going to have to add the first counter to that.
Ding.
We're at one stuff that he makes up, like, estimation just like flights. So, no, we don't just estimate, oh, yeah, this is where... It's like, okay, we know where these things came from. Where things came from. It's like, if I have a room with two doors, right? And a door is at either side, I can accurately say that if you come in the door, let's say on the north side, you probably you probably travelled southwards to get to the room, if you came from, and that's one way you can figure it out. Secondly, flights. How are flights estimation? That's just making shit up there.
Well, in that case, I'm going to act like a fliff. Why do you have estimated time of arrival? Huh? Got you.
ETA.
Yeah.
Ah, no.
It's not like there's a billion variables. Yeah. They just point the plane and go. There's no variables other than that.
Anyway, we'll continue on.
Just remember, they can't understand why a plane should fly up into space just because it's traveling.
Yes.
So so basically he's going with the estimated time of arrival. Like, this is what it happens.
I think it's worthwhile saying, changing George Carlin's quote to slightly here. Think of how dumb the average flurf is, and that means by definition half of them are dumber than that.
True. Yeah, then you're getting to negative territories, negative levels of dumb.
Oh, we're getting into the square root of -1 levels, you know?
Imaginary levels.
But they found a way.
You might not be might it not be the square root of -50?
The Cape Town to Singapore has 7 hours missing.
What?
What?
That's time zones, you twit.
Citation needed.
Now they're making shit up. Add another one to that.
Now, granted, I do think it is because of the time change, because he's looking at arrival times that are listed both in local.
Yeah. The others say we have all the tech for seaport distances in the south. What?
I don't think he knows anymore. This is... Oh, I'm confused.
I think his process is take some drugs, make a video. That's all it was.
Probably.
And shame on him for not saying which ones to take so we can all have the same experience.
Yeah.
Crystal meth.
I'm feeling
probably.
more confident he's going to bring in Neil soon. I'm feeling more confident. Well, you think he's talked about magnetic poles? He's talked about the Roman Empire. Now it's flight times.
Talk about Muslim festivals.
Without actual proof of anything proving these sea distances.
We're still waiting for a meter.
Alright, so we're up to about 3 before just making stuff up.
Laura actually brings up a good point, and I have to wonder, what country is this person from, and are there any mental health facilities that are missing a patient?
Yeah, really. And it's from their maximum security section.
Yeah.
Hey, barman.
Yes.
I've just seen I've got the stream loaded in the window as well, and there's a thumbnail of Sunday Night Poker with the barman brackets maybe, and apparently you're live on there right now.
I hit end on the stream.
Oh, it says live now.
I definitely did. Oh shit!
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 1 minute 28 long.
Anyway, what is... Okay, this is what we believe and told to us by our leaders. 1610 was the first proper introduction of a ball. No.
Obliquity. Obliquity. That's a new one on me. He's making it up. Surely that's not a word. Obliquity.
I'm pretty sure it actually is.
Really? I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he understands it.
But like the 1610...
Yeah, obliquity of the ecliptic. I'll give him that, then I take it back. Wow, I have actually learnt something from this fetid pile of dingo's kidneys.
Moron.
So he says that 1610 was the first proper introduction of the ball. No, it wasn't. It's been around for ages, so that's just another thing that he's making up. So yeah, you got... We're at about 4 now. Jeez, I'm probably going to lose count soon.
1492 is when the first globe was made. Well, the earliest surviving one, anyway. That's where he got 1492 from, I guess. It was before 1610, anyway.
Yeah. And even before that, like we knew that Earth was a globe way back in like BC.
Of course it is, yeah.
So
what I think he's saying about 1610, though, is that it was not until Magellan that we knew enough of the world to build a globe map. So, 1610 is probably the first time they did a complete globe, a proper globe, rather than one with just guesses.
What is he saying
I'm
now?
going to go out on a limb and say that we have a pretty fair smattering of common men on the panel right now. Do all of you know what a sphere is?
I thought so. I'm willing to learn different now.
Sphere is a round object that's completely round, no matter which way you look at it.
Spherical.
Yes. But it's not a ball. Well, it's not a ball in the sense that it's not a rubber ball.
You know, like Mr. Sensible's head is pretty spherical.
Hey, Plainer, what?
Well,
Is this thing in my hand?
Can you see the curve?
Count as a sphere?
I can't see what
Hey,
you've got
guys,
in your hand.
that's me. Oh, I can on the look in Discord. Your camera's shut off for Discord, mate.
Yeah, like
No, it isn't. Oh,
it.
planners.
There's a sphere.
Oh, Planner, you might need to activate his camera.
Maybe I might.
It looks shut. There we go.
That looks like a sphere. There you go. Sometimes it decides to disable a camera for some reason.
Yeah, I'd say this is a sphere. I don't know if this flat earthers agree with me, but
Yeah.
Wait, do I have?
Spheroid at the very least.
Do I?
oh, and I got it from Ferritisium, the YouTuber.
Okay. That's the one from the lake, from the things from the lake, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. That's one of them.
Okay.
Which one do I got?
Yeah.
And 4490 is the number I got.
But what I'm gonna assume, what I'm assuming here is, firstly, he's forgotten to put a capital letter there for my after a full stop. But I'm just gonna assume that he's saying, yeah, my model is a sphere. It's a concave sphere. And that's what he's gonna.
Don't they call that a dome? Another dome put together, and you're standing on.
I am losing the will to live. I really am.
I know the feeling.
You got a dome. You take another dome. You put a dome upside down. You set the first dome on top of the upside down dome.
I mean, I suppose a concave Earth would be an inverted sphere. I suppose that. I think I was seeing some of his arguments come together, but it still doesn't debunk a meter.
No.
I can't work out what his argument is at this point, apart from, hey kids, don't do drugs.
Hey, can you think of an object that's
Did you
about
read that?
39 and 30 inches long?
Did you read that? Just after that. So there's a sphere. If you go on to the next bit,
Yeah,
what it actually says.
I want to see what.
Yeah, that's what 82 was getting at, I think.
Yeah, so he's saying a round solid figure or surface with every point on its surface equidistant from its center. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's saying concave Earth is a round solid figure, and its surface will have every point on its surface will be equidistant from its center. I think that's what he's going to make the argument of.
Well, that's the definition of a sphere. Can't argue with that. How's he going to get that concave? Because that wouldn't be equidistant from its center then, if it was concave.
Well, what he means is that the center would be in the center of the hollowness. So, I mean, yeah, in a way, like he could be right here.
I just clicked. That's why he was going on about Halloween.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I bet that's what it is.
Yep, that's what he was trying to do, but he was wrong, of course, because it's supposed to be hallowed.
Of course, yeah. But that's why he's waffling on about that.
Yeah. And
There you
then
go. A representation of Hollow Earth.
now imagine you're the Holy Empire. It's without an apostrophe because it's pre 14
Okay, so
pre
I found
1492.
his representation of the Earth.
All
All
right.
right, what are you saying, Glass? You're a bit quiet.
I found his representation of Earth.
All right.
Look at my hand. His representation. The hollow sphere.
Maybe.
Matches his brain. His skull, at least.
But it's hollow.
Anyway, we'll continue on, see what he's got to say. Europeans, Greeks, and Egyptians, all nigh Boers or neighbours, would have used true north based on their pyramid layout. We must remember that all these things are translations mostly.
Right.
What does nigh
Planner,
Boers mean?
I don't know, and I've got to say, Planner, I couldn't give a toss what he's going to say next. It's midnight here. I'm too tired for this crap. I'm going to have to say thank you for inviting me on the stream. Like I said, it is midnight. I'm going to have to run now. Yeah, please, someone let me know if he does bring in Neil deGrasse Tyson. I would really like to know. But I don't think I can face any more of him.
Don't forget to put the cream on your face to solve the bruises.
Can I introduce you into an industrial supply of oven mitts, Tylenol, and some marijuana?
Well, thank you, Planner. I'm going to drop out now, not because of the video, but because it's late. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Night,
Stay
Mr.
sensible.
S.
Keep it sensible.
I will. Bye-bye.
Oh, right.
Phew! Thank God he's gone.
Hey.
Oh.
Now there.
So he missed the space with the comma. There's supposed to be a space after commas, and he forgot a. He forgot the what comma?
The Oxford comma.
Yeah, the Oxford comma as well. And yeah,
If you're space between neighbours and S,
there's also the
or is it just a font?
no, there's no space between neighbours and S. But
Yes, there is. Look at the Egyptians just above it. In Greeks and Europeans, there's no space.
I think there is.
oh, we had someone just drop in that I
No.
didn't expect. But anyway,
There he looks. Look at
but I don't think Europeans and Greeks, at least, use true north based on pyramid layout.
No.
all those pyramids in Greece, you know.
Yeah. The Egyptians, maybe.
Well, at least they won't rust. At least they won't rust while they're in Greece.
Yeah,
Yes.
true. Anyway, we'll continue on.
Greece is the word.
So that's another thing. I've lost count to the amount of things he's made up at this point.
I think
mean?
it's over 9,000.
Yeah.
Or is it 33,000? Who knows?
Yay!
1.21 gigawatts.
Don't forget that we're supposed to remember all this.
What?
Remember. That's
Yeah.
the way he spells it.
So stating the direct translations as a matter of know where the syllables were. Eh?
The irony
feel
of
like-
this is just amazing.
Do you feel like he's just randomly typed words onto the keyboard and he's going, ha, that'll do.
Oh, I've heard that word on TV. I'll use it here. Yes.
I'm going back to my ripping words out the dictionary theory from earlier. I need a word. That one will do. What's it mean?
He said that
he's got a bot that produces random strings of words. Then he's got a cat that just walks back and forth across the keyboard.
It's a random word generator.
Triggered by his cat.
Yeah. There is no argument here to debunk. Like, Mr. Sensible is right. It's just no argument here to debunk.
Well, he is sensible.
Wait, the Netherlands or never. What? Try floor pointing down. The horizon was this. What? I
He
am.
thinks the equator is the horizon. My God.
Oh, so he's saying the needle, and I'm confused at what
Somehow
is.
it's got.
He has a Peter Pan fantasy.
Yeah, maybe he thinks that when you go to
Or a Michael Jackson one.
I was about to say, or he's upset that Michael Jackson never picked him.
possibly.
It wasn't ape-like enough.
But you gotta remember, Peter Pan is a young male.
True.
I wonder now.
I'm just surprised at this point that anyone thinks that these bits of words and things he puts up are going to make any sense whatsoever.
How many views has this video got? 248 views since the 15th of February. God. Most of those were people laughing at him. Oh, it's got 26 downvotes. How about that? That sort of shows what it's all about.
True. All right.
Owlman says that's a dip compass. We had one in school.
Oh wait. So 11.
What?
11,390 is actually 12,500. 100.
So
but
what he did with words, he's doing with numbers. just random stuff.
But
Are we sure this guy didn't have a stroke while typing this?
It's logical if theirs. What does that mean?
One stroke?
I believe there's meant to be more in the next thing. But takeaway
Well, it depends
derivation.
on the type of stroke you're talking about.
If there is over 100 logical, if there is 10 degrees missing, as in 47 meters kilometers squared miss. What? As in 47 meters kilometers squared.
Or is he trying to say 47 million kilometers squared?
Oh, 47
Is he
million.
from the south and place in the north? What? What does it even mean?
Yeah. I don't.
Don't try too hard, Planer Walk. You hurt yourself.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point asking what he means because I don't think he knows.
Exactly. It's that bad, Planer. Don't hurt yourself trying to figure it out. You'll cause permanent brain injury.
Oh, I think we're starting to get into why he thinks that he's debunked a meter. Meters are missing in the south because of something and then placed in the north, so therefore a meter is wrong. I
At
think
least he's mentioning a meter. Yeah. It took
Well,
him
he is in
7
the
minutes.
States, so he might not like the metric system.
crazy, ain't it?
Crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right, something
Yes,
right
you
for
are.
once.
That's an ironic statement.
The hell?
No idea why there's a massive warp near Australia. Not like there's 25 degrees deviation. What? When did that?
I'm sitting in Australia right now. There's nothing warped here.
Plasma bubble equate what? Radio Australia Texas digital receiver.
Transmission, I think TX might mean there.
It might do, yeah. Texas sounded funnier.
Yes.
I'm not.
Texas is fake. It's really there in Australia.
Maybe he thinks.
The answer on your radios.
Maybe he thinks that they're sending radio waves there and then sending it there. I don't know.
Blah blah. Baby got boo boo.
Oh, is he implying that there's a plasma bubble between the magnetic equator and the geographical equator?
Maybe.
Is that what that graph was showing?
Okay, he says that.
Oh, no,
He says that's all for today. At 7 minutes into a video.
it's half an hour long.
Okay. Excuse me. What the hell?
All right, maybe we're getting into the.
1790, amidst the fires.
Oh.
What
The hell?
All right, so
This is like a bad trip, isn't it?
I'm gonna
Hey,
Just repeat.
Yeah, I think Glass is
where
trying to
can I
say
get-
something.
Where can I get a few kilos of his drugs?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Not just grams. I want kilos. This is good shit he's got for drugs. I want kilos.
all right, so
Violence and decapitation of the French Revolution. The Marquis of Condorcet
What?
meets up with his
something about the French Revolution.
Well, the French invented the meter, so I guess maybe that's got some connection.
Yeah.
4 science bros, Debordin, Laplace, Lagrange, and Monge, and tells them, you know what France needs right now? It needs the metric system, bros.
Okay, here we're getting into the metric system.
Hey! Finally!
Okay, so what does he find wrong with the metric system? Wait, has he basically just ripped another video? Because this doesn't seem like his.
This is not his style.
Yeah.
Watch out for the music, just in case.
Yeah, well.
You never know.
The earliest effort to create an international standard of weights and measures occurred as early as 1790, and it was beautiful. The United...
Okay.
That's a BBC pop.
So we're the history lesson.
Right.
What's that? 82?
Watch out for the BBC copywriting.
82, you said something that didn't quite come through.
That's a BBC video.
Yeah, he's ripped off a history lesson somewhere.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with what's being stated here. Like in 1790, yeah, they came out with the metric system. Cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Britain, the United States, and France.
I do have to wonder, like, if the United States was involved in creating the metric system, why doesn't it use it?
Oh, no, we weren't involved in the establishment of the metric system in that way. This was the first attempt to standardize weights and measures internationally.
Okay.
Countries that had often fought together and against each other in a peaceful mission driven by science to make all our lives easier. The idea was simple. Base the meter on the length of a pendulum with a beat of 1 second. And that would have worked, and the world would have been happy had it not been for pesky science. You see, since gravity.
Okay. So that's what the meter is based off. I feel like he's going to use that at some point.
Except that's not how it's defined anymore.
Yeah.
No.
And centrifugal forces vary throughout the Earth's surface. The pendulum length required for a beat of 1 second varies, and thus it was necessary to choose a specific location to ensure consistent measurements.
So, you know, I don't have any problem with that. Like, I wonder what problem he's going to find with, that Derailm is going to find with it.
His problem's going to be probably, I suspect, with the modern definition of a meter, which is the distance that light travels in a vacuum in one just under 300 millionth of a second.
Yep. Probably.
Because of mankind's weird obsession in taking pride in the most mundane things, every country felt the need to have that location be their capital. Unable to find a common ground, the United States and Britain retracted from the deal and stayed with their inferior imperial system. But one country did not give up. A country so driven by...
Okay, so maybe... where is Derailm from? Is he from America? Maybe he's mad that America didn't stay with it. That might be it.
This is pre-Napoleon, isn't it?
I'm not...
1790, yeah.
Anyway.
Enlightenment and reason that they made a religion out of it, or at least tried. A country you may know as France. But oh boy, wasn't it a hassle before they were able to make it happen.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with it. Although, to be fair, he's just ripped off something, so that's why I can't fault this at the moment.
Not constrained by the whims of their former associates, France settled on Paris as the center of the universal measurement system. However,
Isn't a lot of things still in Paris? A lot of what we use for science? Or am I misremembering things?
I can't think of any, but there could be.
I think I do remember something about Paris, but would have been a Veritasium video, I think. They did something in Paris.
Then, the scientific commission tasked with creating such a system had decided to no longer use the period of a pendulum with a beat of 1 second, because the second itself was not a decimal measure of time. Yes, France was also hoping to
is he going to debunk a second next? Oh, the kilo is in Paris. Okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking. So
I wouldn't put it past him if he's going to try and debunk a second, debunk the speed of light, debunk anything at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he is trying to debunk a meter.
Civilized time.
That's
That is a
deep.
whole story by itself. Instead, the commission settled on the meter being equal to 1/10,000,000th of the distance from the North Pole to the equator going through Paris.
So that's what they decided to be a meter. Cool. This is probably where he's going to try and debunk it, like by saying something about so the diameter of, or the circumference of the Earth is something like 40,000 and something meter or kilometers, and say that debunks a meter. That's what I'm thinking now. Even if we don't...
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, even
I think it's interesting because the distance from the poles to the equator is 10,000 kilometres, so that fits in that perfectly. But it also suggests that they did surveying to measure that distance. Otherwise, how could they know what the meter was? It'd be interesting to see the write-up of that surveying expedition.
Of course, they weren't going to measure all that. I mean, the North Pole is like super cold. Instead, they settled on measuring the distance from the slightly warmer town of Dunkirk all the way to Barcelona, which was roughly 1/10.
There we go.
of the
Answers
distance
my
from
question.
the North Pole to the equator. It's important to note that the
Yeah, so, and I'm guessing that he's going to use that as well. Like, say, they didn't actually measure the distance from the equator to the North Pole, so therefore it's wrong. It's like, you do realise...
10% of that distance is a good chunk.
Yeah. So, yeah. We'll see where it goes.
The Parisian meridian had already been determined previous surveying efforts, most notably by Cassini de Thury in 1744. And so these new measurements were really to double-check previous results. In fact, when the National Convention defined the metric system in 1795, the convention used Cassini's measurements as a sort of provisional value for the meter, which was defined as 443.44 ligna until the...
I actually didn't know that ligna was a thing.
We're learning.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, like, whenever when I see this word, like, the first thing that comes to mind is ligma. I don't know if anyone knows what ligma is, but yeah, that's what comes to mind.
Lick my balls.
Yeah. That's exactly what ligma is. Maybe he has a problem with it sounding like ligma. Maybe that's his problem. He doesn't like balls.
Mission could provide a more accurate, or so they hoped, value. To do so, the scientists would use a technique called triangulation, whereby measuring the side of...
Oh, someone used about triangulation in chat. Elman said they did the triangulation of France. So, you know, that's interesting.
It's been measured physically on the ground. Yeah.
Finding the angles of each corner, you could calculate the lengths of each side using trigonometry.
Yay! Something that uses pi. I'm pretty sure that trigonometry uses pi. Pi, if I'm correct, because I think it's... is it...
Well, trig of circles, yeah.
Yeah, like if I go... Is it 10? No, it must be sine -1. What's the...
Mate, I'm going to have to bow out because I've got a meeting in 10 minutes, so I've got to do a little prep for that. So thanks for having me on.
All right, see you.
And don't facepalm yourself to death with this. It's getting bad.
I'll try not to. All right, see you, Hugh.
Yes, all right. See you guys. Thanks a
Hi,
lot.
Hugh.
Bye.
Anyway, we'll see what
In a
happens.
series of triangle for point A to point B, you could therefore find the distance between these 2 points. What needed to be done now was to find said angles using an instrument called a repeating circle, which measured the angle between 2 distant landmarks.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. I do like that they're doing all kinds of interesting things here.
I want to know how he's going to mess it all up at the end, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Obviously, he's just ripped this from somewhere like BBC or whatnot. I don't know where it's from, but
A long and arduous task. The task fell on 2 renowned French mathematicians, Pierre Méchain and Jean-Baptiste Delambre, and started in 1792. Delambre was tasked with measuring from the Cathedral of Rodez to the Saint-Éloi belfry in Dunkirk, while Méchain was tasked with measuring from the Cathedral of Rodez to the Montjuic fortress in Barcelona. Overall, it was estimated to take 2 years, but like most government projects, the deadline was vastly overblown. Now,
yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, like,
I don't think he,
what's that?
not even the same government when they finished. Wasn't even the king anymore. What year did they chop the king's heads off? I can never remember.
I don't know. I don't know when they chopped the king's heads off. But yeah, like, this is essentially, it sounds like what Derealm or the recurring realm concave Earth Apple is going to do is he's going to deny, basically say, yeah, some science never happened or something like that. It would basically deny science, like flat earthers tend to do. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
you may think that the likely cause of the delay was the fact that Delambre had to cover a distance twice as long as Méchain. And while Delambre did have his share of struggles, most of it due to the fact that France was in the middle of a bloody revolution, although he did also struggle with locals believing that he was a sorcerer whose instruments would bring the plague to their village, the real source of suffering and hassle was Méchain, the man who had to survey the southern part. This was in part due to the fact that a huge chain of mountains, known as the Pyrenees, was in his...
Yeah, so that was what we were talking about earlier with like the war, like, or with the kings chopping the king's heads off.
Yeah, I just love the fact though that they think he was a sorcerer and going to bring the plague because of science.
Yeah,
it makes you feel better about flat earthers nowadays, doesn't it?
I mean, don't flat earthers think the same thing?
That's where a lot of them want to take us.
True.
Yeah, like, yeah.
way, and also in part due to the fact that, unlike France, that region of Spain had never been surveyed. But my suspicions is that it was mostly due to the fact that following the execution of Louis XVI, France declared war on Spain on March 7th, 1793, and somehow forgot to tell Méchain, who was subsequently arrested. And finally,
This is not what you expect when it comes to history, right? You expect people to at least be somewhat rational, but no.
Yeah, I mean, hey, go out and do this scientific thing for us. By the way, we're going to arrest you in a few years because, we're bored.
Yeah. Imagine if they did that these days. That would...
Certainly would be a more entertaining field to be in.
Yeah.
1798, after 6 years of work, Méchain and Delambre came back to France and calculated that a meter was equal to 443.296 lignes, which was considerably smaller than the provisional value of 443.44 lignes. Nevertheless, no one second-guessed their answers, and in 1799, this new value was chosen as the definite value of the meter, and the
Okay, cool. So we now know what a meter is. How is he gonna fuck it up? I'm really curious. Right. But like, as we can also say, like,
He's a flat earther.
oh, he's a concave earther, and he just uses flat earth because flat earth is trendy. But well, that's what it seems like anyway.
Platinum meter was made in celebration. A newly elected consul named Napoleon even commented, "Conquest will come and go, but this work will endure." Ironically, this work almost did endure because of him.
That is rather ironic, you know? Although, yeah, that's just rather ironic. Like, yeah, this work will endure. Bans his work.
Just a few years later, in 1804, Michelin was back in Spain, doing measurements for a task that was supposedly completed. How so? You see, while Michelin was imprisoned, he didn't waste time, and instead took this mild inconvenience as a chance to redo his measurements of Barcelona. However, his second set of values didn't match his first, an error he decided to conceal. But as a man of integrity...
So yeah, that kind of stuff does happen, actually. Like, sometimes you do get errors in your measurements. And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to, you know, if you've published work, you might not want to say, oh yeah, I've done things wrong. Of course, there will be people that will say, you know, will be honest and say, yeah, I got something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Guilt quickly overwhelmed him, and he eventually decided to return to Spain to verify his measurements. Instead, he died of the yellow fever. Following his death, Delange went through Michelin's notes and quickly discovered...
It is made better with, like, the little sound effects, I will say. Like, all these little...
They weren't nice.
I didn't even expect that sound effect.
Again, you can tell this was not made by the person whose channel it's on.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's coherent sentences and everything.
Oh yeah, true. Like, I mean, earlier we're just confused. Now it's like, oh yeah, we're taking a nice break. Like, unfortunately, I think it's about 16. It was about 16 minutes. We're back to. We'll be back to D-Realm. So, so we've only got a few minutes of sanity left. Enjoy it while you can.
But instead of bringing it to the spotlight, he preferred to hide it too, writing, "I have not told the public what it does not need to know. I have suppressed all those details which might diminish its confidence in such an important mission." In the end, the mistake added 2,290 meters to the circumference of the Earth, thus making the meter 0.23 millimeters too short. Tragedy. Although...
So yeah, what is the what is the circumference of the Earth? The polar circumference of the Earth these days? Polar circumference of Earth. Yeah, so it's 40,007 kilometers. So yeah, we do use something different from meter than what it was initially tended to be. Oh dear. Oh dear. Does anyone see something on the screen that I'm seeing? Planisphere.
Oh god, yeah, it does.
Like, flat earthers will probably eventually run with that.
Well, it actually does say sphere.
True, but flat earthers will be like, see, it's a plane. It says it right here, planisphere. And it's like, no, that's actually me. It's talking about the sphere of Planet Walk. That's what I'm gonna... Yeah, that's what I'll say.
I'm just wondering what the red versus blue is.
I don't know. Like, map makers are weird. They do weird things, I think. Like, I've seen some maps which make Greenland like sort of a bluish color rather than white. And some maps, I think I have. I've got a map here. I've got a map here which Greenland is white on this one, but like, all these countries are like different colors for some reason. You know, Australia is turn this upside down. Australia is yellow. Well, that makes it a little bit of sense, but New Zealand is like pink. I can't really show it that well, but yeah, it's weird. I don't show flat Earth as that map because they'll say that flat map, that means that Earth is flat.
It's more likely that this discrepancy is due to the fact that they assumed that the circumference of the Parisian meridian was exactly 10 million meters, when we know today that it's slightly more. But I just find funny that two scientists endured so much to ensure utmost precision, only to give up at the last minute by arbitrarily picking a set of numbers. But the
Like, so, I mean, today we can get things, today we can get things better, more accurate, you know? So, I mean, yeah, sure, like, back then, it was probably state-of-the-art, but these days, yeah, like, old state-of-the-art is not worth much these days.
We've got the lasers.
Yeah, we do have the lasers. The death lasers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder when I get my own death laser from NASA.
When you
Talk
peel
to
it off
Cheryl.
the head of a shark.
Laser sharks from Mars.
NASA can't afford sharks anymore. You're just having tunas.
Anyway.
All the tuna strays built into them.
Anyway, we'll work towards whatever the actual argument is going to be.
of the meter was flawed. The Earth's surface is too irregular to ever be the basis of a precise metric system.
True. Like, you know, we've got irregularities on the surface, and trying to use that, it's going to make things very difficult, especially when you've got to consider things like elevation. You've got to consider that it's pear-shaped. And you can kind of see a bit of, like, in this display of the Earth, you can kind of see it being a bit pear-shaped, you know? Just a little bit.
Earth has got one hell of a badonkadonk.
Obviously, like, the features here are exaggerated, so, you know.
Frankly, that's alright. What matters isn't where the meter comes from, but that everyone agrees what the meter is. And in that sense, they could have picked just about any length and call it the meter and avoid a lot of hassle while doing so. Anyway.
Yeah, like, you know, just pick a length and go with it. That's essentially what we've done these days. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna use this. One person in chat said harp could be a topic. Yeah, eventually I might get into like some more crazy conspiracy theories. I'm thinking of actually like doing diving into Q and sort of trying to figure out what it actually is. You know, but that's gonna be something for for when I actually have the patience for that.
Or lots of drugs.
Yeah, or lots of drugs. But yeah, let's see what else we're gonna...
This meter, despite its inaccuracy, became the basis of the metric system, and throughout the 20th century is slowly spread to the rest of the world, some slower than others. Funnily enough, Thomas Jefferson had asked France to share the metric system with the US, which they did by sending a scientist along with a kilogram and a meter rod to the US. However, a storm blew his ship, vastly off course, and he ended up in the Caribbean, where he was captured by no other than Jack Sparrow himself. The scientist soon died in captivity.
Wait, was there an actual Jack Sparrow?
I didn't know that until then.
Like, I initially thought that it was a joke.
No, I think the name was right. I think the name was right, but Disney took a creative license with the backstory.
Okay.
John Ward.
Yeah,
Ward's nickname was the Sparrow. He might have been the inspiration for the character.
Jack Ward.
Yeah.
Or John Wood. Like, it says Jack Ward on some things, and John Ward on other things. So yeah,
I'll have to search him.
yeah, I didn't know that. And so that's why, that's obviously why the Americans, why USA doesn't use the metric system.
No, it tried again in the 70s. People were just stubborn.
Yeah.
And along with him, Jefferson's dream of a metric America. And while the definition of the meter changed throughout history, in 1983 it was finally determined as the length traveled by light in a vacuum in 1/299/792/458th millionth of a second, thus putting a definite end to this wild adventure that was measuring the meter. Well, this was Barris. I will see you soon. But until then, my friends, merde.
So yeah, that basically confirms that it wasn't D-Realm's thing, or Earth Apple's thing. Oh
yes, we were far more transformative than he was.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I specifically try and pause things to so that we can give our opinions and all that, because otherwise it's just like, oh yeah, we're watching this thing, and then no actual content. You might as well just re-upload it, Which is basically what he did, but, Alright, what... Oh, what? Wait, what is that music? Like, it's actually groovy. The ancient Greek scientist Eratosthenes devised the following experiment for estimating the circumference of the Earth, which was generally assumed to be spherical in shape. I mean... We knew that it was spherical in shape, like, because of things like eclipses. It's like, oh yeah, eclipses happen at night, generally. And so, lunar eclipses happen at night, and so, yeah, the shadow worked out that, it's probably the shadow of the Earth, and if it is the shadow of the Earth, then, it's probably casting if it's casting a circular shadow, then that probably means that the Earth is a globe. So, Seek Truth, Speak Truth in chat said, sorry I couldn't make it tonight. Well, you can actually, if Seek Truth, if you want to jump on, you still can, because we're still going through things. Alright.
Big fish, little fish, cardboard box.
Okay, like that's... Let's go...
Boots and pants, boots and pants, boots and pants.
Let's speed this up to 2 times speed, so... Okay, Eratosthenes reasoned that if 2 sticks of equal height are placed on the Earth's surface and aligned with the direction of the sun, then at any given point in time, assuming the Earth is flat, they will cast shadows of equal... Eratosthenes reasoned that if 2 sticks with equal height are placed on the Earth's surface and aligned with the direction of the sun, then at any given point in time, assuming the Earth is flat, they will cast shadows of equal length. What? I'm actually very confused about that statement.
So the shadows from the stick should be the same length if Earth was flat. Because of where the sun is, they should both be casting the same sorts of shadows. But it doesn't.
Oh, so Seek Truth, Speak Truth, are you in my Discord server? If you are, then...
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, if
He's on here somewhere. I've seen him.
So then you should be able to just join the join the stream thing, or join the voice chat. Okay, I'm getting it now. So if the Earth were so basically he's like, oh yeah, if the sun's oh yeah, I get it. So if the sun is far away, then cast 2 shadows of equal length. Right. However, when he conducted an experiment with his help and friends in RS1, he found that this was not so. Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. At least I tried to make sense that time. Alright. At least he's giving decent amount of time so we can read this. Okay, looks pretty much like a longitude experiment. Proves a possible polar circumference, but nothing to do with equator distance, which I say is about 35,555.55 kilometers long. Now, ask yourself who proved this distance even till today.
What? Looks pretty much like a longitude experiment. Proves a possible polar circumference, but nothing to do with any equator distance. Which I say is that much. Now ask yourself, who proved this distance even till today?
Okay, firstly, like, why does he say it's about 35,555 kilometers long? Like, why does he say that?
Drugs. I mean, that would make the Earth massive. Like, literally fucking massive.
I think that he's talking about the circumference of the Earth is 40,000 kilometers, so he'd have a smaller Earth if he was using this.
Alright, I thought he was literally doing around the equator for the distance wise. I was like, no.
What is this music?
I'm not sure.
And here we have a circumference of 40,000 kilometers. Really, more like the perimeter of those lands were estimated at 40,000 kilometers using known width and height. What? So, perimeter of land is actually, like, firstly, perimeter of land is very difficult to figure out. Like, especially, it depends on how accurate you want to get. Like, if you get, like, the more accurate you get, the more the perimeter of a landmass will increase. Like, that's just something that is very hard. Like, I think some people do it down to, like, 50 meters, and that usually works.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's generally the accuracy that a lot of things go for perimeter. But yeah, like, there's heaps of different perimeters that people might be able to get depending on how accurate, and it is vastly different because of the simple fact that, like you might have a bit that goes in that on a if you have less accuracy, the bit that goes inwards by a bit, like maybe a meter or whatever, that's not going to show up in less accurate things, but it will show up in more accurate things. And that can vastly change the amount that you have. I wonder when I'll just create invite to Seek Truth. That should invite him. There we go. So he's thinking that the perimeter of the lands. How is he getting this? Why does he think that the perimeter of the lands was thought to be? I don't know.
Considering a lot of it's missing.
Yeah. Okay, so it says 9,171 kilometers. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but we'll see. The distance between Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and Pituffik Thule Air Base, Greenland, is approximately 9,481 kilometers, or 5,892 miles. That's a circumference of 37,304 kilometers, but these are today's distances. Back then it was a different... Huh?
So he's trying to say that those 2 points are right. So he's going for the 40,000 for the size of the Earth and the 8,000. I really think he's just thinking that even though the Greeks thought the Earth was round, they only thought it was their world, what they knew about, so the map you had before, but they thought that was all the Earth, but it was that big as well, which I don't think they did. They had a rough idea for the size of the Earth after doing measurements things. It's like when people think Columbus didn't think the world was round. No, he just thought it was smaller. He just liked to argue with everyone else. No, it's smaller. I can get to India. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just think this guy's mixing everything up.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm very confused as to where he's getting these numbers from. Like, he's saying the difference between like certain places, and it's like, yeah, sure. There may be these distances between certain places, but
he's using that as a quarter of the circumference in that direction. So, well, they've been wrong here. They'll be wrong in this direction, and that's how I came to this number.
Okay, we'll see what there is. Marine timekeeper Harrison
The
number.
rabbit hopping video.
Not sure what.
Sound of it.
Harrison number 1. I'm not sure what this has to do with anything, but we'll see. Remember that this was the first instrument for measuring longitude, so don't be thinking our path is further away than what you think. Okay. I mean, was it like there are other ways to get longitude? Maybe, I think. We'll see. Well, it sounded like someone was about to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say, regardless of any of this, we've got more accurate ways of measuring everything now. We have to have accurate measurements to know how much fuel to put in a plane. But my brain is fecked from this guy.
Yeah,
I'm going to go for a quick smoke.
Like, he's saying like datums are crucial to any technology and anything, and it's like, yeah, because we need more accurate things these days. You know, we can't be spending time going, okay, let's just put a stick on the ground and hope that we do, you know, hopefully we get things right. We've got to try and go for it as accurate as possible. A horizontal magnetic datum, or a horizontal datum is used to measure location across Earth's surface and latitude and longitude or another coordinate system. That makes the Earth out to be bigger, don't you think? For accuracy, is that why courier GPS devices update with each delivery and re-entry of address and details entered all the time? I know, I did courier work. Isn't it just...
Huh?
Yeah, it's getting more confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, can I have my brain back? Broke it.
No,
it updates with each delivery because it's recognizing that you're going somewhere new now.
Yeah.
I didn't understand how this is reality because it's not.
I like how he spelled convert. Yeah. It's covert. Like, seek truth, speak truth. If you're here, there... Oh, he unmuted and then muted for us.
Hello, mate.
So, I actually want to know, back when you did Flat Earth stuff, did you have terrible spelling as well?
Do you know what? I've always been pretty good at written language, just not spoken. Yeah, I've always been quite good at spelling, I think. But there is a correlation, obviously, with the space commas Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is certainly correlation there, I believe, in how well, you know, I'm not standing up on my high horse because I don't have any qualifications in English. You know, but I know how to spell. But yeah, a lot of flat earthers do seem to not quite get the words together as they should be as often.
And I just noticed someone in the chat going by NinjaTube. He should jump onto my Discord and then join the chat because it's been ages since I've spoken with him. It's been probably years. So yeah, jump on the Discord and jump in the chat, and we'll kill your brain cells. Your brain cells get to die along with ours. Sorry.
This might sound naive, but is he a flat earther, or am I being silly?
Hey, NinjaTube. Wait, are you talking about the person we're talking about in chat, or the person that we're talking about right here on like the Realm Concave person?
In the chat.
Oh no, he's someone that I've known like back when I did my gaming videos. Way back when. Done a few collaborations with him back in the day. So yeah. Anyway, we'll continue onwards with this.
Dude, what I was just going to come in and say though, mate, is I felt so guilty because I'd obviously arranged to have a chat with you guys. But I just wanted to come and say, bloody love you, Plan a Walk, mate.
Well, thank
sarcastic, you. AT2, like, well, all you guys, the whole bloody community. Do you know what I mean? Just wanted to come and pop in, mate. To be honest, but I do have to jump off again. But yeah, I just wanted to come and say hello.
All right. Right. Thank you for popping by, though.
No, that's all right, buddy. I've got to get on that chess thing. I'm trying to remember how to play it, and then I'll be one of your easy first rounders, shall we say? I can be like an easy knockout for the first round.
All right.
Cool. Safe. Right. Thank you very much.
All right. See ya. Take care.
Peace out, mate. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see what else is going to be said. He still hasn't debunked a meter.
Nope.
Okay, I said that wrong. Roman linear measures were based on the Roman standard foot pairs. This unit was divided into 16 digits or into 12 inches. In both cases, its length was the same. Metrologists have come to different conclusions concerning its exact length, but the currently accepted modern equivalents are 296 millimeters or 11.65 inches. We have no geodesic measurement. What have we done? What the what's this about the geodesic measurement? Why is that important?
Is he going to base everything on we can't have a meter because the Earth isn't round? Is that what this entire argument's going to be?
Something like that. That's what it seems like. Let's see what...
I'm so confused.
So the moral of... Okay, here we go. This is the conclusion. So the moral of this video is that we have created a world based on ethics and God's will. The outcome ends up being a diameter of a ball that God invented and accepted 411 years ago, as close as 1850. What is sad is, however... what is sad is how many gullible fools use that wrong information as a source without logic. If we can't find the guy's original work and translated without vowels, then the outcome of old texts are... So
it is. It's we can't have a meter because God, Earth, and flat. It doesn't matter what a meter is and what it's based on. If everyone agrees a meter is a meter, it's a meter.
Yeah.
No, obviously, Barman, it's not a meter because written language has changed.
This guy is nuts.
Yeah, like, firstly, like, the way that we measure a meter these days, I mean, technically there's the meter rulers, but it's basically based on the speed of light. That's what it is nowadays. Otherwise, the circumference of Earth from pole to pole would be exactly 40,000 kilometers. But it's not. You know? Oh, this is really...
Yeah, I think Dave N put it in chat before. A meter is the equal distance the light travels in a vacuum in 1/299,792,458 of a second.
Yeah.
So I know 82 said just under 300 before, but now we have the exact one. Ooh.
Well, I posted the exact, probably an hour ago now.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
I wonder if there's anything more to this. Let's remember that we've... Come on, use the apostrophe. Measured the world using our feet and blended the make-believe ball dimensions with our feet. That makes no sense.
At this point, did you expect it to make sense?
Like, does that mean that we've been putting, like, one foot in front of the other and measured...
Well, here's a question. If we've measured the entire surface of the Earth with our feet, why didn't he drown?
True. And why did Tony have an argument with Jason about using gravimetry to measure for underwater things, when someone just walked underwater and it was obviously Jesus that walked under the water with his feet to measure it.
If we use feet to measure the entire Earth, does that mean that eventually some flat earther did reach the ice wall and then went past it until it actually ended? Because otherwise, what measurement is he using? I just think he's making crap up as he's going along.
Yeah, I think that's what it... Like, it's ironic how he said that he's not going to make stuff up, but that's basically what he's been doing. Very ironic there. Let's see if there's anything more. Oh, so this is not made by him, so it's like land surveys. Okay. I think I've seen people like doing surveys like where I live, at least some type of surveying. Looks like they're using fancy instruments, kind of like what some of these people were. Surveying has been around for approximately 6,000 years, according to historical records. I don't doubt that. Wait, does this get back to like some of the things that he said about it in the start? Maybe, I don't know.
Is it technically possible to find an intelligent flat earther?
I mean, if you find an intelligent flat earther, then that would be an oxymoron, right? Intelligent and flat earther, they don't go together.
I know. That's why I said it. Because I had to think of an impossible object that cannot exist.
Yeah. For a second, like that peg and rope geometry sound like a double entendre or something. Like something to do with BDSM.
Kinky.
Some of the other significant evidences of land surveying were found in ancient Egypt. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Why is he showing this, though? Surveys were utilized prior to the construction of the Great Pyramids, as well as to reassess boundary markers following the overflows of the Nile River. Is he gonna say that like we should know like the size of the Earth because of like land surveys? I mean, we do, but like, is he saying that we should know? Is he gonna use this to say, oh yeah, we've done land surveying for ages, so we're gonna know it because we should have known it way back in like whatever, like in 1850 or something, because they did like land surveying for ages. Oh, I missed that. Oh well. Greeks took surveying a bit further, developing the diopter, another early tool used for surveying purposes. How long does this go for? Wait, is this just... Hold on.
There seems to be a history of surveying. Does he actually get back into the video himself at any point?
That's what I'm skipping ahead to find out.
That's obviously a reenactor, I'm guessing, doing old Victorian.
Hmm.
So to measure the distance, we use a chain. The chain was a physical device that was a chain, but also a measurement device.
So yeah, he's... No, this... Yeah, we're done with this. Like...
So the meter's not a meter because I know how word good.
Yeah.
That seems about right.
Yeah. So it seems right for someone that thought that they could debunk pi.
Well, to be fair, we all know the best is blueberry.
I mean, I've got some mince pies here.
Apple.
Apple and raspberry. Apple and blueberry. Apple and black. Anything with apple in, actually.
What about Earth apple pie?
Earth apple pie? What, a big round one?
As in the recurring realm concave Earth apple pie.
God.
Flurf apple pie.
Flurf pie.
Yeah. But I'm... Maybe I'll look into this and do a video on it, like the meter is wrong part 1. Maybe. We'll see.
You have fun with that.
Like, I'm not going to make everyone else sit through something like this. But I'll have... Like, he has a habit of deleting videos and all that, so I'm going to have... If I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to download it, like, as soon as I can.
Yeah, get them now. Get them while they're there.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I need to call it night. I gotta work early in the morning, so I will catch all you gents later.
Alright,
Night, dude.
I'm gonna end up that video there because that was, as fun as that was, I don't have any more energy for any more of this flurfism, and I want to eat my pies. Oh, so Elman said, hang on, is that it? Did he actually have a point? Not really. It was kind of like, oh yeah, the meter is wrong because measurements were wrong.
Meter is wrong because God.
Yeah. But yeah, like, that was probably the most insane thing I've had to sit through. And confusing as well. And just making shit up.
Dumb? How about dumb?
It was dumb. Like, If we were to ask Kent Hovind, he'd say, real dumb.
The thing that I don't get, though, whether the Earth is flat, round, or anything like that, we're quite confident on the distance from the North Pole to the equator, and from the North Pole to the South Pole. Just because flat Earthers don't have a map, or a model, or anything like that, doesn't mean that a meter is wrong, or concave Earthers, or any kind of other Earthers. We're quite happy on this distance.
Yeah, maybe they... Maybe they thought that, because if a meter is wrong, then this means that I'm right, or something.
I think that's what he's trying to get at. Everything is wrong because I'm right.
Yeah.
Regardless of what a meter is actually made up of anymore, he's just going on the old version. He's not taking in the speed of light one. He's saying, yeah, it's this distance, which isn't right, so tough. So, okay. Still doesn't make your model right.
Yeah. But anyway, I think it's a good point to end up the stream. I hope everyone had a nice pie day. Hopefully you ate some pies like I did. And yeah. But anyway, if I go to outro, leave a like and subscribe if you like that video, or that stream I mean. Also, you can join memberships. Well, I keep on forgetting to show this at the beginning of my streams, but you can hit the join button to become a member. You get like nice little. I'm thinking about once I hit 15 members, adding a penguin like with a rifle as an emoji. So that might be fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You can say, do you have a tinfoil hat emoji?
Oh, no, I don't. That might be another one that I might have to do.
I'll send you one over, because I've got one on mine. And it does work. It works and looks so cool.
Okay, that might be the next emoji then, because tinfoil hat would be a very relevant emoji. I mean, and it wouldn't be the first emoji I've basically stolen from other people. Like, I've just got the Team Skeptic emoji. Adam says yes, penguin, so I'll have to eventually put a penguin in. I know that.
Where's this tinfoil hat emoji? I'm looking at VC Tech.
But anyway, I'll see you in the next stream. Between you and me, thank you for watching. Try and do that better. Oh, whatever. Anyway.